DC characters, a lot of it's very much like modern mythology.
They have those larger-than-life characters. They're gods amongst men.
Growing up, you always wanted to be Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman.
The three great icons.
When you think superheroes, boom, it's DC. It's just that character appeal. Superman who can literally do anything. And you have Wonder Woman who's just as strong, just as powerful. And then there's Batman who is what everyone could aspire to be. Like, if you had the millions of dollars and the free time and the focus, you could be Batman.
These three characters have gone through so many iconic looks and costume changes and representations, so we want to find a new way to kind of approach these three characters and not take away from what we did before, but build on them and bring them into kind of like this modern aesthetic like we have with other statues as well.
We're taking a step beyond the museum poses. So while they're not necessarily action poses, they are definitely more dynamic things. Wonder Woman in the middle of making a lasso, and Superman having his battle with Brainiac, and Batman perched this time and ready to strike.
We wanted to tell a story in each of these.
The way we're going with these statues, they're very ambitious.
I think this round is going to become the new staple pieces for the Trinity characters for sure.
We want to bring another layer of life to these pieces, really retain the essence of these characters and put them in to new poses that still felt like they work well with the broad range of like all the DC collectibles we're doing.
This revisit, we knew how popular these characters were, and our figures had done well in the past, so we had a really high bar, brought out the best in everybody. The paint jobs are like nothing we've ever done before.
It still has the fun colors and pop of the comic book, but with a sense of realism.
You know, once was gray resin, then we just start painting away and then it starts coming alive.
The more important point on all this is keeping the soul of the character.
There's really a ton of really beautiful work that goes into these, and it's a wonderful, incredible collaborative process, and there's like a whole new life that's being breathed into them.
Everything is brand new, and we're going to explore as much of this world as we possibly can.
For the people who really want that over-the-top madness that are Harley and Joker, this is the answer to them.
I'm always a fan of another opportunity to bring a new version, new unique spin on the same subject matter.
They're super dynamic. These two just kind of go overboard, which I think really plays to the characters themselves.
Both of those are such awesome examples of the personality coming out in the sculpt.
We really wanted to go all out for this Joker. What have we not done? What can we show him doing that is just going to break the mold? We're pushing it to the limits and then still trying to stay true to the character.
Keeping the spirit of the comic, but bringing some, okay, that can work in a kind of real world.
Like if you look at the Joker's jacket, it's not just purple. It has some sponging techniques on there that really make it look like a fabric.
With Harley Quinn, we want to put her in kind of like the Funhouse themed environment, so her base is a wooden plank with part of Funhouse spray painted on it.
There were some ideas that came through from the art department, from the designers, from the higher-ups that just really drove her home. She's honestly, to date, my proudest piece.
The red parts make it super shiny, like she's wearing some kind of vinyl. But the black parts, I made it more like she's wearing like a spandex kind of material. So it kind of creates a very interesting contrast.
It really pushes the boundaries of what we could do in a quarter-scale statue.
Every person who worked on all these DC figures, this is the best work they've ever done.
We've really, I think, set a new standard. We've really hit it out of the park.
Someone's going to have all these pieces in their home, and it's going to be freaking spectacular. Each piece we want a great story to tell with.
They still are very much the iconic versions of these characters.
It's kind of a new era of just pushing that level of consideration. And altogether, it really makes a very impactful statement. We're taking these 5 fantastic lineup of pieces that historically have been tremendously huge with Sideshow, and people have collected them and loved them. So this is like the next stage, the next evolution of them. And then beyond that, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces even, we're finally expanding into some territory that's been asked about for quite some time.